Previously on Roll Over and Die, Aya and Chad returned to Akaran's library to check out the fate of their half-elf captive, only to find him gone along with a few of the valuables. Parter and Mike, aka Joanne in this instance, decided to get ahead of the accusations and visit Salazar directly at his home. The mayor took pity on the Folbog druid and gave him the benefit of the doubt, on the proviso that he and those that found the meteorite took it to nearby Kelled to sell and return with the proceeds. After an overnight stay at the swamp, they finally made it to Keld, where Pip found a gnome trader who was interested in purchasing the meteorite pieces in exchange for 1,000 gold pieces and 10 enchantments on magical items. Now that's over and done with.
Let's
Time to roll over.
Roll over and play. Die.
This episode opens up on the five of you standing outside of Glimmerdale's goods, having now completed the transaction. Quite happy with the large sack of 1,000 gold pieces that you now have over Chad's shoulder. Kelled is your oyster. You have until brunch tomorrow to waste your time and have which way you see fit. What would you like to do?
eat.
Spend the money.
Let's not spend all the money.
We need to eat.
Half the money is the mayor's, as we agreed.
90% was the
No.
mayor's.
90%, not half. But
I mean,
it depends on what we
2%.
tell the mayor.
I like your thinking.
Can
We
you
can tell the mayor that we got paid 200 gold.
describe? Is it Kiln?
Kelled,
Keld.
absolutely.
Can
So when you step out of, I guess you were standing in the street at the time, looking around, it's still relatively similar to Blackmire in so much that it's in the middle of a swamp. And so a lot of the ground is not really sort of able to be constructed upon unless you're using stilts or jetties or you're building on the roots. However, Kelders come up with the idea that they should wrap their town around 5 giant trees that happen to be in a relatively contiguous configuration. So they can wrap all of their buildings on these elaborate walkways that spiral up. And the higher up you go, the larger and more affluent the buildings become, which in and of itself is quite precarious, considering like all the slums down below are numerous and well steadied, but the larger houses are on the top, giving it a very sort of lopsided and dangerous kind of appeal. There are multiple walkways that spiral up each trunk, and then there are connecting bridges from multiple levels, and it goes up to 100, 120 feet into the air. There are lights, like daisy chaining all the way up the walkways. There are also lights, of course, coming from public houses, public facilities, and from private domiciles. There's a lot of people out as well at this time of day.
Was Glimmerdale's on the bottom level?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
I'd like to go back up. It's
Back-
nicer upstairs.
Back up, but we haven't been up yet.
I'd like to go up.
Alright.
I want to go.
Well, you're not
also.
carrying a
I want to
big
go climb
sack of
some
gold.
trees.
I've heard there's a little garden up there. They got a really pretty garden. Lots of shrubbery, lots of bushes, some bees. You're not coming. You are not
Parter's
coming.
eye is drawn to the fungal garden
I
on the South Street.
I've heard about this fungal garden. Never been, but my friends have told me it's a really lovely little place.
In amongst it, it's got its own bioluminescence to it, so it gives out a sort of a pleasant, soft green glow.
I'd like to go there and do a bit of meditation, if I could.
Mhm.
Anyone want to come? You're not coming, there's bees.
I want to go climb some trees.
Which trees?
The biggest tree.
So it's quite difficult to climb the tree
I'll do it anyway.
naturally. It's more like you just walk up the walkway
Can I?
because there are houses like built into the tree itself.
Is there a way that's not an easy way that I can take? That
You'd have to go
involves me
exploring.
Climbing a tree.
Yeah, you can go exploring and potentially find a way. Yes.
I do that.
Okay. So Mike sort of peels off from the rest of the group. Yep.
So, Mike.
Detaches herself from the group and
I peeled away.
darts off into the swamp.
We used to only know you as Joanne, right?
That's what you think.
Oh yeah, have you changed your appearance now that you come to
I
Cal?
don't know. Have I?
Seems like
I'm
a question
Joanne.
for you, Joanne.
I'm Joanne right now.
Okay.
Good to
That
know.
you know. of.
Okay. Pip,
Yes.
do you know of a college in these parts?
You mostly know a lot of the trading posts here in Kelled. You also know of taverns, but college, so to speak, not so much in Kelled.
Is
Even though
that
it's a town,
because it doesn't exist, or because I just wouldn't know about it?
you don't think it exists,
Okay.
but you might just not be informed.
Okay. So I I think I might know some people who might know
Okay.
where one would be. The tavern just up there.
There are 3 taverns that you know. There are the Svelte Mushroom Inn, which is next to the Mushroom Garden, the Dusty Lantern Tavern, and the Wretched Serpent Bar. Now, the Svelte Mushroom Inn is on the upper side of the south tree. The Dusty Lantern Tavern is on the mid-level, and the Wretched Serpent Bar is on the root level.
We're looking for a college, so I'll take you to the mushroom one.
The Svelte Mushroom Inn.
The Svelte Mushroom Inn is where we shall go.
What is a svelte mushroom?
It's like, material that's like soft.
Yes.
Felt mushroom. It's like a mushroom that's like made of felt.
What?
I've had one of those.
Yeah.
I thought you called it
Just
spelt.
you.
I don't know what that word means, so I'm going with
It's
felt.
slender and elegant.
I didn't.
And soft.
It's the soft
tough.
mushroom in.
Oh.
What was the other one called?
There's two others. One
Spell.
called the Dusty Lantern Tavern.
Yeah.
And the Wretched Serpent Bar.
Sounds delightful.
We shall go to the mushroom.
I would like. What are you up to?
Me. I haven't really
He's got all the
worked
money.
out for a while,
Uh-huh.
except for carrying around the meteorite.
Which
so
is
now
pretty
that I've got a
much
big
working.
heavy bag,
Mhm.
I'm just gonna walk up the tree to get
Okay.
some
Yeah, leg day.
get my muscles moving. Leg day.
Just
We
lunge.
forgot he's got all
I'm
the
gonna
money.
lunge all the way up the tree
Uh-huh.
with all of the gold on my back.
Cool.
Can
Yeah.
we take one of those gold pieces, please?
You can have 10% of one gold piece.
I want
Which
2
is one
gold
silver.
pieces.
You can have a gold piece.
I'll take 2 gold pieces now, thank you.
That's fine with me. It's our money, right?
Yeah.
This is our money. You guys are cool with me
Ours and
walking
the
off with
mayor's.
this?
Nope.
Just be
I mean,
careful.
I'm just walking up the stairs.
Do you want us to help defend you?
I think I got it.
Do you?
It's the middle of the day. There's nothing but cool taverns upstairs that sound very welcoming. So yeah, I'm just gonna go walk and find some
Are you going to
eggs.
the same tree that Joanna's?
I don't think she wants company.
Sorry.
Maybe I'll find her up at the top though.
Okay.
So I'm gonna start lunging. Thanks for that suggestion.
So a standard bag of like 1,000 gold pieces.
Yep.
Is probably weighs about £20.
Oh, that's nothing at all.
It's about half
Can
a
I
million.
hold them? Well, that still doesn't mean
Easily.
anything. Yeah.
Parta has a backpack full of extra.
Can I carry your guys' stuff?
Oh yeah, you're right. I do. Yeah, I got a lot of this meteorite. Use that to trade. Yeah.
Maybe keep that a secret for now.
I'm gonna touch the mushrooms with that. See if it does anything.
Maybe don't touch too many mushrooms.
Maybe don't touch anything.
Will the mushrooms be svelte?
I know how to touch a mushroom. Don't you worry about me. Svelte. I'd say they're svelte. Yeah, they're
Felt.
svelte.
Felt mushrooms.
They're not felt, Pip. I've told you this before.
The felt mushrooms.
No, felt is like
I've felt
material you wear.
mushrooms before.
I've felt mushrooms.
I'm gonna start making my move.
Cool. You're going to lead the pack, as it were?
No, I'm gonna take it
The
with
wolf
me.
pack.
I've
I
already.
mean, you lead the pack. I didn't
Oh.
just like go forward.
Oh
and
yeah,
just,
yeah.
like,
I thought we were all going
blaze
different
the trail.
directions. Yeah. I will
I thought we
start
left.
walking because I get.
do
very
you care where you
impatient.
go, or are you just going to hit
I'm just
to the
gonna-
nearest one?
I'm assuming it spirals up.
Yeah. All 5 of them do.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
where
go
you
in
go.
the
Um,
up direction.
I'll
Okay,
go
so if you go to the nearest one, that's not the one that's got the mushroom garden on it, which
So
is the one that's got the svelte mushroom in.
The felt mushroom.
What's the highest one
That's where
that
I'm
I can
going.
see? Maybe we'll
Um,
meet up.
they all roughly. It looks like there is very much like a keeping up with the Joneses
Mhm.
appeal to this. So when anybody seems to like make an extension or expands the top level, the other 4
Sounds awesome.
seem to keep up with them.
I'd like to go to the one that looks the highest.
I'll be honest.
Okay.
it
The
sounds-
farthest one.
From
Sounds
where
good.
you are,
From
like,
where I am, yeah.
right, one right next to you, kind of looks like the tallest.
Oh.
Are there Ewoks here?
Yep, no.
Yep,
There's
no.
no Ewoks.
What?
Yep, no.
Did he just say your mum?
Yep, no.
I said yep, no.
He said, yeah, man.
Yep, no. Yep, no.
Yep, no.
No, there is no.
Yep, no.
There are no Ewoks.
Okay.
Tim just
I'm
called your mum an
starting to walk.
Ewok.
I've got a really rough relationship with my mother. She's not an Ewok though.
So, no. Mike's gone. Chad's gone. You 3 together?
Yeah.
Because the Mushroom Garden's next to the Svelte
Yeah.
Mushroom Inn? Yeah. Okay.
I'm just gonna, on the way, I'll lecture you a little bit about don't kill anything.
I was told that bees were ferocious, and I thought I was protecting you.
If you're kind to them, they're kind to you. Keep you alive.
As they're having this conversation, I'm literally just eating every bug I find.
There
They
is
don't see me.
There's a lot.
I eat them all.
Yeah. You get full within about the first 5 minutes.
Out of.
I do a perception check.
You see the bugs.
Do you see me eating the bugs?
A little tear just drops down.
It depends. Like, are you being surreptitious about it? Or
No,
are you
I'm
just, like,
walking
happy?
behind them.
Yeah. You can even hear it. So as the tongue like whips back into her mouth.
I can hear you eating them, Pep. I've told you, please
no,
Why
don't.
does she get a pass for this?
Because she has to eat them. She dies otherwise.
Okay.
But I told her not too many, because they're good for us.
Pace yourself.
But you just splatter them.
I
You
thought
don't
I was
like it.
defending your life.
Well,
Thank you would have been.
let's
nice.
be off.
Meanwhile, Chad,
Yeah.
you take the closest tree, which happens to have the bar on the root level, which is the Wretched Serpent bar.
Wretched serpent.
Yeah.
Very on brand.
This
I
sounds
bet.
ominous already.
I like the sound of this place. But
As you approach it,
yep.
you hear a scuffle from inside. You hear the scraping of wood on the flooring, shouts, and then before you get too near, someone gets projected through the window.
Whoa.
Sound of glass crashing, and then this bloody figure gets thrown out and skids along the floor,
Oh,
unconscious, and stops, like about 2 or 3 feet in front of you.
Okay.
Emanating from the door, there is this giant half-orc woman with a battle axe over her shoulder. Just walks out, looks down at this unconscious form and spits on it, looks around, barely gives you a second glance, and then stalks back inside.
She sounds hot.
Yeah. Can I give the unconscious spittled man? Is it a man?
It is a man.
Yeah. Can I give him a little?
It's a
tail nudge?
It's a dwarven man.
Yeah. Give. Oh. Oh wait, no. I'm looking for an elf, not a dwarf. Can I give him a little poke with my tail?
Yeah. He kind of rolls over a little bit and groans.
Oh, it doesn't die. Okay.
You okay, man?
Groans again. Oh.
What? It's kind of early to be getting thrown out of bars right now.
Ooh.
Yeah. Well,
When he does that.
what's her name? What's her deal? Alright. Well, I'm gonna open the door to, or can I stick my head in the broken glass?
You can.
Like,
Being careful, I'm assuming. Stab.
Yeah.
Can I
Yeah,
have
no.
this?
I want
You
to
absolutely
like look in and see what's going on.
Yeah, inside's a very dingy-looking dive bar. So it's got a bunch of like weapons stapled to the wall in varying
This sounds awesome.
sort of like disrepair and age. In the way that sort of like you'd put beer coasters like on the wall, they've just looks like they've stapled a bunch of weapons all over the place. So instead of wallpapering, instead of like foxing, they've got just weapons everywhere. The bar has got a bunch of nicks. It's dark stained wood, looks like it's stained with a mixture of wood stain and probably alcohol. And the same half-orcish woman that you saw exiting the building has now returned and gone behind the bar and started serving. She's replaced the battle axe on a hook behind her and then turned and started refilling tankards.
How many people are in the bar besides her?
It looks anywhere between a half dozen and a dozen at a quick glance.
Okay. Do they look friendly?
No. This looks like the most uninviting bar you could possibly go to. It kind of smells of old, like a rotten cider, smoke, and body odor and blood.
Sounds like your kind of
I'm gonna
place.
go in because maybe they do breakfast.
Maybe.
It sounds like a mimosa,
Mhm.
some eggs. Yeah, I'm gonna go in. I
Okay.
haven't had my eggs yet this morning.
That's true.
You got
I
the money
need
on your
some
back.
Breakfast, huh?
You got the money on your back still.
Yeah, it's alright.
Yeah, it's just walking to a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you do the whole thing is you
Sorry.
push through
I need to
the
get breakfast.
rickety door, which
Yeah.
does nothing to really disguise the interior.
Yeah.
Creaks on your entry, and very much like an old western, everybody stops their murmurings and turns and just stares at you as you walk in. Even down to the fact that when you walk as well, you make a ching, ching,
Fuck.
ching sound because of the bag on your shoulder.
Why did we leave the money with you?
Oh, damn it.
Um,
Pointing there.
Everybody
Nope.
watches you like a hawk
Yep.
as you approach the bar.
Like they're watching me right now.
Very much so. Yes.
Yeah. I'm gonna sit down on the edge of the bar.
Okay. You take a stool. The stool just creaks under your weight.
Does it still support me?
It's just old.
Can I have a food menu?
The tavern owner
Yeah.
or bartender, whoever she may be, kind of glares at you as if like you just told her you wanted to eat a piece of shit.
Okay.
Very
well,
confused.
I do not want to eat.
That escalated quickly. Bloody hell.
So there's no recognition in our eye about menu.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is everybody else drinking? No, I came to do work out. I don't need a drink right now.
Eggs.
Did you go into a bar then?
Yeah, because I figured they might have a nice breakfast menu.
Teppanyaki.
Yeah.
Teppanyaki.
Maybe
yeah.
you should try and flirt with her. Flex your muscles.
It seems like she'd be into it.
Yeah.
She's got a nice
Uh,
hat.
I mean, look at her.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'll get breakfast somewhere else. But are everything cool in here? I'm actually a deputy. Just wanted to check in, make sure everything was all right. Yeah, that guy didn't.
He's a guardsman.
Guardsman.
She points out the broken window.
What does he guard?
Right now, the pavement.
Yeah, he did.
And there's a few murmurings and
Does.
laughter around him.
Yeah, I laughed too. That's a good one. Is he gonna pay for your window?
The town will, yeah.
Town will. That's nice of them.
His face broke it.
It sure did.
What can I get you? Whiskey or beer?
I can get
I'll
pissed
get
on me.
both, but I also need a recommendation while I'm here, if you don't mind me asking.
Depends what you're asking.
Just don't throw me out the window.
We've got one left.
That's-
Depends if the coin in your bag is going to pay for it.
I mean, they could probably buy an answer to something, along with a whiskey and a beer.
I'm interested.
All right.
She looks a little bit more comfortable now.
All right.
I think
She seems to be talking her language.
I was gonna say your flirting's working.
Put on the
Yeah.
charm.
You're flirting.
Your flirting is working.
Work
Yeah,
it.
lizard flirting.
You know.
Yeah, you just pay for flirtation.
Be nice to me.
Yeah. So that's a. Well, we'll give me one of each for
Okay.
starters.
What do you slide over?
Can I try to do a sleight of hand?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna sleight of hand for the topmost coin.
Okay. Yeah, offer it. So are you attempting to either disguise how much you've got in the bag, or disguise how much you're giving her to the rest of the patrons, or a little bit of both?
How much is in the bag? I don't care that they know that I have
You have 998 gold pieces in your bag.
88.
998.
Gave us.
We have two.
You gave
Oh,
them 2
yeah.
gold pieces.
I guess I'll use another one.
So you're down to 997.
Yep.
But you want to disguise getting out of the bag? So
Yeah.
you try and like...
But it's not over my shoulder because I sat. Well, I didn't tell you this. I sat down on the bar
Okay.
down next to me.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
clunk
But I'm still holding on to it.
on the neck of the bag.
Yeah.
Sure.
I just
Mm-mm.
So is
everybody's
it
giving me such.
is it that you're like disguising how much maybe in the bag?
You're
Or
just
you disguising it from the
where I'm
patron?
pulling it from.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
they
roll for it.
know where you're getting it.
They might
from.
not. They've been drinking all morning.
True.
Just
Good.
pulling it out your
Yeah.
tail.
Sleight of hand, pretty good. 18.
18, yeah. So you it looks like you're just like putting your hand on your leg just to like reposition yourself on the stool.
Yep.
And one creak later, there is your hand on the bar, and then you reveal a gold piece to her.
Okay. Before I actually slide it across.
Mhm.
Uh,
So you just tease it with your fingers.
yeah. Will that get me? Yeah.
Yeah.
Will that give me an answer, along with a beer and a shot?
She gives you a nod.
Mm. I await my drinks.
She turns away from you, grabs a tin cup from the bar, from the shelving behind her, spits in it, and grabs what is
Top shelf.
part of her armour, like a sort of leather cloth on her, wipes it out, slams it on the desk before you, on the bar in front of you, and then grabs like those 1/4 kegs, hefts it onto the bar, and unleashes the cork into it.
Nice.
And like about 1/3 of the ale goes onto the bar,
Cool.
but it tops it all the way up to the top. Slides over to you, puts the keg back down, goes over to a bottle, uncorks it with her mouth, glugs it into a shot glass that's on the bar. Again, it spills most of it onto the bar, and then puts it back, recorks it, and slides them both to you.
She knows what she's doing. So I have 3 questions for you.
Mm-hmm. And she grabs the gold coin from between your fingers.
Yeah,
And rakes
it's
it.
rolling around in my fingers.
Okay.
Did they get hand-on-hand action?
She just slams it. She just slams the gold piece onto your hand,
Okay.
and then just rakes it across the top of your
Very
hand.
romantic.
All right.
Yeah, that's fun.
She
I wonder
likes
if-
I think she
wonder if
likes
just
it.
hold your
Yeah.
hand and move it like that.
And she just
Stuff.
tucks it into a sporran.
Of course she
All
does.
right.
That's a hint.
So
Remember,
3
orcs are
questions.
aggressive.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's with the name the wretched snake? Serpent.
Oh,
You're
is that your
wasting,
question?
The wretched serpent.
Yeah.
It got its name from the previous bar that was here. They got eaten by a giant swamp serpent.
Eaten
Yes.
by giant swamp
And-
serpents.
And all its residents.
So I'm thinking that there's some giant serpents around here. I don't say that out loud. I say that in my head to
Mhm.
myself.
But he does say it out loud. So I realise he's saying it.
But to yourself. I think there's some giant serpents.
There's a lot of weapons in here.
Yeah.
Are they to fight off serpents?
Nope.
The weapons aren't just fight off serpents.
I've got a new one to hang up now, though. And she gives you a wink.
Oh,
Oh.
she wants to hang you up.
She's going to make you
Where-
her serpent.
And she then slams a throwing axe down on the bar next to her. It looks dwarven made.
Okay. So it's
She doesn't like you.
drunks. Luckily, she better not throw my bag of money up on the wall.
Do you say that out loud?
Nope. Definitely do not say that.
Or do you?
I think it.
Mm-hmm. Out loud.
Clearly. All right, last question.
The whole
What
room
would
is
I
still
do?
silent, and
Yeah,
everybody's
it's
still
still-
like paying a lot of attention to you
Yeah,
and the conversation that you're having with the bartender,
yeah.
of whom you've still not asked her name.
Ask if she's free tonight.
I know. I was gonna ask her that, but I thought you all yelled at me.
Ask if she's single.
What's
Ask her name.
Don't do it. Just ask her.
what's your name?
Ask. How are you spelling that?
VUH.
The.
Actually, but
She just
Awesome.
burp at you.
Yeah. Should I burp back?
Maybe it's like a cultural thing.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much for your help. You've been absolutely wonderful, and I really hope that you don't have to break any more windows today. So I'm gonna slam.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Chink
Mop the floor.
onto the shoulder. Make a lot of like a metallic sound as it goes on
Wink
the
at
shoulder.
her. Wink at her.
yeah.
Blow her a
Oh,
kiss.
keep it-
Sexual before you leave.
Oh,
Blow her a
no.
kiss.
Make
I'm
it.
gonna lizard lip lick my lizard
Roll.
lips.
Oh, normally I would ask you for a
Zero.
disadvantage on that, but she is half
That's,
orc.
I did. That's what you want me to do, right?
And yeah, so roll with just roll a persuasion check at this point.
You're persuading her.
Ooh, 17.
Okay. She slams her left hand onto your right hand before you leave. You just well, it depends if you hooked up with your right hand.
Yeah.
She slams your left hand down onto the table and just says, "You look strong. I could do with a hand in the back."
I bet she can.
His muscles aren't just for show. They are
She just
pretty
starts squeezing your hand.
Okay. I'll tell you what. I have a few things I need to do this morning. If you can give me an idea of what kind of, well, no. Yeah,
Heavy lifting.
heavy lifting. Yeah, I'll tell you what. I gotta go sort of work off this breakfast that I just had. I'll be back before sundown. I can help you out with some lifting at that point.
Heavy.
Hand in the back.
Heavy lifting.
Yeah, make sure you do.
Should I lick my lips again?
Yeah.
Work the first time.
Yeah.
She bears her tusks.
How does she bear them?
I don't have any tusks,
But how
but
would
it's
she?
just.
You look like a turtle.
Thanks.
Is that doing it for you?
It's more neck than.
Is that your kind of woman?
No, but you guys talked me into it.
We're not there.
Yeah, I think you talked yourself into this.
Yes, I did. Yeah, I'm gonna leave with the money on my back, with everybody else in the bar super jealous.
And a song and
that
a
I just walked in, had a drink, and the orc wants my muscles.
It looks like she gets what she wants a lot.
I'm gonna make sure that you guys have all of this money before I go back.
I don't trust you anymore.
And you walk out the bar.
I walk out of the bar and go.
Yeah, feeling pretty good about yourself.
Well, I should.
Flirt with the.
You've had your breakfast.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Mike,
Hi.
Whiskey in bed.
first of all, I'd like you to do a perception check. Because you need to find yourself something to climb.
I found something to climb.
Chad just did that.
Ayo.
I regret that immediately.
Yeah. I was very surprised. And disappointed.
11.
11.
Yeah.
Okay. Aside from the 5 trees that form up the town of Kelled, in its background there is a lot of like larger but still thin trees comparatively that you could go and climb. You think that maybe you're going to have to go to like the... So the way that they're orientated, it's not like a perfect circle. There are still like spread out in a natural way. But a lot of the focus is on the interior. So you think maybe you can go to the exterior of each trunk of the main 5 trees, or you can go further out into the swamp to start climbing. It does look like there's little settlements like that sporadically appear outside of the main circle. Where would you like to go? Do you try and like find somewhere, one of the main trunks to climb, or do you want to just go further afield and try your luck out there?
You leaving town?
No, I just want to go climb a tree. I haven't done it since I was a kid.
Oh.
I really want to go. I'm really happy because I haven't had a group of friends like this in a while, and I consider them my like.
So you immediately
best
left them
friends.
and went to climb a tree?
I'm so happy and giddy
Yeah,
that
fair
I just want to go climb a tree.
Yeah, cool.
So that's all. I don't care. I just want to go climb a tree.
Okay. So your nearest opportunity would be one of the main trunks. Do you care which one you go for?
I want the most dangerous looking one.
Okay, it's a north tree.
Sure. The north tree.
What do you mean by dangerous? Because he's going to screw you over.
Bring it on.
Cool. So, so you got north, south, and then you got like a western tree, and there's like 2 eastern trees, like a northeastern and southeastern tree. So you go for the north tree, which is a little bit over the way. So you have to go along a lot of the fishing docks, and as you make your way through, it's very dense and compact down here. Looks like where the majority of the population live on the route system, and then it gets thinner and thinner, but the buildings get more elaborate, ostentatious, and bigger as you go up. So the elite live at the top, middle class, and then the working class at the bottom. You work your way through the docks. There's a lot of people like selling their trade. There's people asking you for money, that kind of thing. Why don't you do? I think probably another perception check as well.
14.
14. As you're working your way through the dock area, you feel like a tug in your belt area. What have you got on your person, your immediate person?
I've just got my apron on.
No weapons or anything like that?
Yes. Why are they trying to steal it? What?
So yeah, you feel like someone's trying to like pickpocket you.
I've got my quarterstaff on my sling.
Okay.
My sling's there, but I've got my quarterstaff.
So maybe you're walking with the quarter staff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to swing around.
Okay. And it looks like there's a group of like 3 kids, and one of them's like right next to you, and it looks up at you. Suddenly.
Hey, buddy. How's it going?
Just nods at you, looks at his friends, and just legs it.
They've stolen something, haven't they?
No, you perceived it before they could actually like pickpocket you. So like, the mere fact of like you spinning around, you check your pockets, everything's okay.
Trip him up, kill him.
Sting shot.
Really?
Yes.
Rolled hit.
Kills children as soon as we get hit. That's fine.
You two
Remember,
really
I
have
can-
I'm an
something in
inner
common.
child.
If I killed somebody that's an adult, you're easily going to kill a kid.
You don't know
I don't think I do.
We're gonna leave this time.
None of you know or hear this.
What?
None of you hear this interaction. You're on your own.
I'm not going to get them.
Good.
What am I looking for?
So you're to hit for your
Yeah.
sling.
2 + 4, 6.
6.
So your rock sort of arcs out over the head and into the swamp. Hear it go.
Can I try again?
Yes, you can. Yeah, they're still within range. They're still legging it. That they didn't even notice something go over their head.
Actually, screw that. I'm going to run after them.
Okay.
Very
So you
quickly
keep chase?
forgot about
Yep.
that tree.
Say what?
You very quickly forgot
I'm
about
easily
that tree.
distracted.
Yeah. Oh, good. So they start navigating their way through the tree, through the people
Good job.
expertly.
Cannibal stream.
I think at this point we're going to do a skill challenge.
Okay.
So I need you to pick 3 skills you like to use in this chase, and they can't be the same skills. But you need to justify to me how you're going to use them.
What am I doing? Just chasing them?
Yes. So you can use things like, I'll give you an example, acrobatics if you want to like leap over a large barrel that they're offloading on one of the rafts onto the dock.
Yep.
And you want to just like parkour over the top of it.
Parkour.
That kind of
That'd
thing.
be so cool.
You can use that if you want.
What do I have to
Strength would
use?
be more like you just shoving people out of your way and just barreling your way through the crowd.
If I want to parkour, what do I have to? What can I use?
It'll be acrobatics.
Okay, I want to use acrobatics to do some parkour.
Okay?
If anyone gets in my way, I want to use intimidation.
Okay? Yeah, you just scare them out of the way.
I could just smile at them.
Yeah, true. A horrifying visage.
Are you Mike now?
Yes.
Are you? Have you dropped your...
I'm really excited.
Okay. That's a yes
Good
then.
shout. I'm really excited. Yes,
Yeah.
so I turn into Mike.
Cool.
I am me. So acrobatics, intimidation, and performance because I'm parkouring and I think it's awesome and I want to do a really good job of it. And
Parkour.
I'm doing exactly as Michael Scott did. I'm jumping
Okay.
on stuff, even if it's like a rock.
Okay, let's start with the acrobatics then. Right, roll a d20, add it to your acrobatic skill.
At 19.
Oh yeah, in total.
Yes.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, so you there is a schooner next to you, like a very small one, and you see there's a crowd, there's people offloading it. So you dart in amongst like the crates and the barrels, and you jump onto the ship itself, and then run along the length of the ship, and you know you have to get back onto the dock. So you jump, grab both hands onto the mast, and swing around, and then jump back onto the dock and carry on.
It's cool.
While shouting parkour.
Yeah.
And as you land, roll your intimidation check. People turn to you as they see this commotion. The captain on the ship starts yelling at you.
11.
11. So you stand up and just brush your short bob hair out of your face. Is it quite long?
Yeah.
So you brush your hair out of your face, and people just see you and they go. But it kind of shocks them a little bit, and they don't actually move out of your way, and so you have to start pushing a way through. Yeah, it doesn't quite work in the way that you hoped it did. It more stuns people than intimidates them to get out of your way.
Still.
And your last roll,
Is performance. 17.
So instead of starting to run through the crowd, you turn your back to them and then start sliding across the... and people just part in your wake.
Did they start clapping? Can I clap too?
Yeah,
Okay.
they're thoroughly enjoying this because they've seen you parkouring. You brush your face back. They're like, that doesn't look real.
Are we anyway?
It's pretty fake.
Kids doing with
And you just see them dart down anyway. Peg it after them.
Parkour!
Do they all scream parkour back?
Yes.
Good.
And you run into the alleyway.
Hello?
And you've cornered the three children.
Awesome. Did everyone notice that I'm the way that I look?
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
but they didn't
intimidation.
really think that it was real
Okay.
because the way that you parkoured
Yeah.
and revealed your face and then performed, they all thought it was one big trick of some kind, which is why you got that big sort of swath of space that led you to this alleyway.
Cool. So where are the kids?
The end of this alleyway. Looks like you pretty much cornered
Trapped.
them. They've got nowhere else to go.
So can I run up to them?
Yes.
Guys, what are we playing at? What are we playing?
They look genuinely terrified at your visage. What do you do?
You're it.
And you just stand there?
Yeah, I'm waiting.
Okay.
Come on, guys. You tagged me. I'm tagging you.
The one that,
Parkour.
the one that you tagged, like, runs around you and darts down like, the back way behind one of the shops and starts running down like a parallel street to the main street and starts jumping over like refuse and crates and discarded.
He's parkouring.
Yeah, he's basically parkouring his way out. He's not that well.
He saw you dancing. You gave him.
Did he?
So he just pegs it away.
He doesn't know
from
how
you.
to
Did he steal anything?
No, you check yourself and he hasn't stolen anything.
After all
Do
that,
you
now you
wreck
check
yourself?
yourself.
What are the other two doing?
They're still petrified. You made it on that guy,
Yeah.
on that boy, and he just ran.
Made
What's
it.
up with him?
The other two,
Don't say.
younger
Yeah.
and just like cowering at the end of this sort of alleyway.
Okay, I'm going to sit down cross-legged and I'm going to open my bag. And I lied to Parta. There is one more slice of lemon tart. So I'm going to open it up
Wow.
and say, "Come on, guys, are you hungry? I'm hungry. Let's eat."
They're both dressed in like quite dishevelled, like rags. They've got no shoes on. They're quite dirty.
Oh.
They've got knots in their hair. Roll a persuasion check.
You're doing a really good
Nuts.
thing right here.
Rats.
We've got nuts in there.
Oh.
Yeah, got a walnut stuck in there for later.
It's
17.
nature, I guess.
17. Okay, the boy and the girl like look to each other. The girl's slightly older. The boy looks about 8. The girl looks about 12. They look at you. Look at your face. But they kind of like cautiously sidle up, and the girl grabs the slice and retreats, breaks it off, and gives it to the boy. Then they just start eating it as quickly as possible while staring at you.
Sounds like the monkey in Aladdin. Making the bread.
Can't remember what his name is. Apu.
Apu.
Abu.
Abu.
Oh.
Apu is from Simpsons.
Boo.
Good, huh? Sorry, it's a bit stale. It's been in there for, I don't know.
They've
how
just
long.
got like tart around their face.
So what's your names? I'm Mike.
The boy doesn't. Yeah. The boy looks to the girl. The girl kind of shrugs, and the girl says, "Adel." Adel?
Adel.
No, Adel.
Adel. Hi, Adel. Where do you live? We've literally just come here, and I should introduce you to my friends. How rude of me.
What's wrong with your face?
What's wrong with yours?
Mature.
Kind of just like wipes tart off of
Give
her
me my
lips.
lemon tart back.
No.
I'll pat my face and go, "Oh," and then change back to Joanne.
Oh my god!
Cool, huh?
How do you do that?
I don't know. I just do this, and then I change to their friend.
Oh really?
Run off.
Okay.
Oh, that's evil.
Yeah. There's a big smile on the young boy's face. The young girl looks a little bit more, like, cautious about the whole thing. But the young boy is like tugging out the girl's robes and pointing at your face. Yeah.
I point too, and then I change back to Joanne because it's easier.
Oh my god.
I know, right?
You should meet Count Rarian.
Count Marion.
Rarian.
Rarian. Who's that?
He looks after us.
Count Rarian.
It's the rarest Pokemon there is.
Count Rarian. He looks after you. What do you mean? Is he your dad? Is he your leader? Who? Teacher?
No, we don't have any family, and he took us all in.
That's nice. Whereabouts?
He mostly, he's mostly, you can find him in the Dusty Lantern Tavern.
Dusty Lantern. That's pretty cool. I work at. It reminds me. I'm still on my break. Damn it.
You work in the Dusty Lantern Tavern?
No, I work in a tavern, which the name escapes me because I've had a long day.
Oh, the bait and switch.
But how do you?
She doesn't.
Can you take me there? I'm actually a bit parched.
Uh-huh.
All this running and dancing, wiped up a sweat.
She grabs the young boy's hand and then kind of jogs off into the crowd and leads you somewhat back the way you came. Meanwhile, you three are ascending the southern tree up to the mushroom and the svelte mushroom inn, the mushroom garden.
I'm bored with these guys just walking normally, so I'm just like hopping ahead up onto branches and then back, and then like ahead again and then back.
Yeah.
Like, you know when a dog is running ahead of people,
Yeah, and then
turns
waits.
around like,
It's like, wait,
Yeah.
you're not here yet.
yeah, that's what I'm doing.
You dart backwards. Yeah. So Pip is constantly like going out in front of like exploring it and come back again.
And I'm telling ASMR about all the different types of mushrooms there are and how excited
Okay.
I am. It's like, it's really, well, there's lots of lovely mushrooms. You got oyster mushrooms, you got closed cup, they're the standards.
Just
But then you got some
No,
penny,
I'm listening intently, but I
You re-
don't actually know what a mushroom is.
Uh-huh.
So
you
I'm
got
just
penny bun,
I shout back, have you told her about the button
you got a
mushrooms?
pleurotis arengi. That's a
Mhm.
really good one. It looks a bit funny, little bit funny. You got white beach mushroom. They're little ones, but they're white. They're lovely. And then you got my favourite, the shiitake. And shiitake's really good in a stir fry.
Lovely.
Yeah.
What is a mushroom?
Mushrooms are fun guys to be with. I talk to mine
They're
on
people?
some of them. Yeah. Then you can have them in your lunch. You can talk to them, prune them, you
People
can
that
grow
you
them.
eat? Is this normal here?
Little people.
It's normal for him.
It's normal to eat people's flesh?
No.
You ate your blood earlier.
Exactly. I saw
I don't condone that. All I want to do is take you to this little farm and show you a little garden, not farm.
people farm.
I'll show you what a mushroom is.
Okay, I look forward to that.
You coming?
I'm ahead of you. I'm like, hurry up, guys, come on.
Also, why do you not worship the 26?
We don't talk about 26 gods these days. We don't believe in them.
Who is your god?
I don't have a god, I have a belief in Mother Earth. I have a following that I'm part of. That's where I got my name, Pater. It stands for Father Earth. Because I'm grounded and I look out for others. And I like to make sure that everybody is on the same plane, that we are doing good for each other. Except people that annoy me. And I might get a little bit of rage and it might come out of me. But deep down, I believe in Mother Earth.
How do you stay on your path without a deity?
You don't need a deity. Deities are bad.
Deity.
Deity.
D&D?
Definitely gone Irish.
Deity.
Darn
Need a
it.
deity.
Deity. I don't need no deities.
Deity.
Deity?
I think we should move away from that topic and get to this mushroom farm. That's not a farm.
People
it's a
farm.
garden.
You farm people to eat them.
Kind
I
of was
understand
dream.
now.
So at the end of that, you find yourself sort of partially way up into the posh district of the southern tree. And indeed, it is a quite elaborate looking tavern that's built onto the side of the trunk. So it extends its way out. There are multiple supports on it. It looks quite precarious, but once you take a few tentative steps, you realise that it is very well built. It's on one of the larger of the branches on this southern tree. And it looks like this whole mushroom garden has been cultivated. And it even extends onto the roof of this tavern. So it looks like the roof has been layered up with like quite fertile like marsh and swamp like earth, and which grows over and gives the svelte mushroom its name. It's got itself like its name, unlike the other two, which are denoted only by symbols. This one actually has its name written in common above the doorway. It looks very well to do. It's got little flower baskets in each window, but instead of flowers coming out of them, there is like violet and red and green mushrooms of all different shapes and sizes sprouting out of them. But you don't really hear anything inside. It looks quite unoccupied, potentially, or just very, very somber.
It's very pretty. These are
Are
not
you-
people. I want to pick a mushroom. Sorry.
Try it. Put
It
it in your
screams
mouth.
when you pick it.
It is.
No, it doesn't do that.
I eat it.
Okay. Which colour do you eat?
Oh shit.
What were the colours again?
So there's violet, there's green, and there's red.
I'm definitely not looking when you're picking it and eating it, so...
I do it so quickly that you definitely said put it in your mouth.
It's just going to be the second... just going to be the second one that I...
What?
What?
You're raising so many questions.
The violet one.
The violet one. Okay, roll a Constitution saving throw.
Not helping.
What do you think? Somebody likes to have a good time?
She's down to party.
What? Constitution?
Yes, please.
2.
2 in total.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. About 10 seconds pass. Nothing really happens. It doesn't taste amazing.
Well,
But you ingest it all the way down. It's not terrible. And you wait for these two to sort of like furrow the path. And then suddenly it just hits you and like you feel like you're going to fall off the tree. Everything goes upside down. And like all the colours start really vibrating. It feels like your appendages are tingling. And you just see everything in like super saturation. Yeah, you just you have an overwhelming feeling of just trying to touch everything. You just want to touch things.
don't touch me.
Feels great, though.
Yeah.
You just want to
I'm
touch
having a
like,
great time.
things and people, feel surfaces,
Hold the mushroom.
different textures.
Your face.
Yeah.
Does it feel like felt?
What are you...
Even the sound of you
doing?
touching his face, like the sound of it feels great as you look down his skin. Yeah.
Just that softening.
Yeah.
I have no idea what she is doing.
I'm just watching.
I'm really,
slapping
really
Each
nervous.
side.
You know what they say about the purple
You start giggling.
mushrooms?
Yep.
I think I see some human in her.
Look,
I
let's get her
I
inside
never
before
knew
she
how
jumps
much joy
off.
there was in your words.
This is Mother Earth giving you the experience you need.
It's getting a little bit painful now. She's very strong.
Can I just hold her? Because I'm quite strong.
Okay.
I'm just going to grab her wrists.
Roll an athletics check.
What happens when you see a bee?
Parkour. Athletics.
Now, Aya, can you roll an athletics or acrobatics, but with disadvantage?
Okay.
Oh, don't worry, don't need the disadvantage.
With disadvantage.
Yes, please.
Athletics or what? Sorry.
Or acrobatics.
9. 13.
Natural one.
Well, what's your score?
3.
Okay. Yeah, you just try and grab it, and like it just slips off, and she just goes. That's not your face.
Can I try and pick him up in a big hug? And
Oh yeah,
put him on
totally.
his feet?
Yeah, you just like lift him up,
I have so many mixed feelings right now.
and you just march into the inn with him, like just over your shoulder
I
almost.
want to get him in a headlock and go inside.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
You should like be petting his head.
Hey,
in the
what are you
process.
doing?
You just you open the door with your cheek.
And it was really nice, so I stayed there for a minute.
It's like a cat on the side of the door frame. Yeah. And
For a
yeah,
smoky person, you smell really nice.
Thank you.
inside is almost completely unoccupied. There is one person, a patron, sitting in a high-backed wing leather chair off to one side. And there is the bartender who is behind the bar, like writing something down in a notebook. The person in the chair doesn't even acknowledge you coming in, despite like the raucous that you're making. However, the person who's writing the notebook slowly finishes off what they're writing, puts the pen in the ink pot, closes the book slowly, tucks it underneath the bar, adjusts his glasses, and slowly looks up at you, and then gives you the worst sneer. Hello.
Am I still in headlock?
Yes.
I
Right?
walk him right over to the man.
Okay.
Good afternoon, sir.
Afternoon.
Hey, do
Would you
not.
like to stroke my friend?
No, thank you.
Please let me go. Do not talk to anyone without me out of this.
I reach for his face.
He just leans back so that you can't possibly like get all the way over the bar unless you start climbing over the bar and releasing.
Can I
Arthur.
reach his What he was writing in?
He put it underneath the bar. I mean, you could start like fumbling
Yeah, I
underneath
do
there.
that. I'm not
Okay.
even, probably not even accurately. Just
So he leans back and just goes, Can you not rummage underneath my bar, please?
can you come closer to me so I can pat your face?
No, thank you.
What are you doing?
I appreciate.
Would you like to pat my face?
No, it's fine. Do you need food, drink, lodgings for the
Yes.
evening?
Do you have any blue dipping sauce?
No.
I think my friend needs to have a little lie down. If you could be so kind as to give me a bed and her bed. I don't know what I'm doing right now.
Are you still?
Yeah, I'm
There.
still, yeah, I'm still there. Excuse me, sir. I seem to be in a predicament, and she's too strong. I can't do anything.
I'm really sorry, but I think you have the wrong place. You might want to go down to the lower levels
Can I-
or lodgings.
I'm gonna dip into my pocket
Okay.
because I'm secret wealth.
Okay.
Slide out 10 coins. Hold them out.
10
What kind of coins?
Gold.
10 gold
Okay.
coins.
10 gold
Just to
coins.
go. Trust me, I'm your kind of person. I may not look like it, but I am. And then I put it back in my pocket.
So dodgy.
Pip is still.
I guess.
Just outside playing around.
No, I've come in. I'm just watching this nonsense.
She's like that.
Every
I
time I try and speak,
guess
You try and touch
you
space.
could have a room. However, I don't want any of these kind of shenanigans going on.
It's
my
not what you
friend
think.
ate the purple mushroom. I know.
Why?
I tried to stop her. She did it too quickly.
I was telling her about all the different types of mushrooms. I may have said some you can eat, and she just took it on upon herself to eat.
Yourself, give me 5 silver pieces, and I will alleviate this malady of your friend.
I don't understand. Run away.
You don't.
You just chop his head and just run out the door.
No, I
Or
just
do you
run
wanna
to
run
the other
inside?
side of the inn.
Okay, you go near to the hearth. It's pumping out quite a bit of heat.
Okay.
What can I see? Are there like shelves or anything with any objects on?
Oh yeah, it's a very well stocked tavern.
Is there any
So
like
like
shiny
the
objects?
Just running around.
Yeah, I mean there's a lot of crystal cut glass. There's some plaques. There's even like best tavern, like on the main pillar of the bar, and it's just got their name, and it's a good sort of like 20 of them.
Can I take one of the crystal glasses and hold it up to the window so that it creates like a rainbow on
Oh,
the
yeah.
floor?
I run to it. I run to it. and-
When you take the crystal glass, he's like, "Excuse me, you can't really take the."
I'm gonna take. Help my friend, please.
Roll
I
a
still-
persuasion check.
Am I still in headlock?
No, she's let you go and run off, so you can like, stand back up here.
Persuasion.
Yeah.
20.
Nice.
Make sure you return it. Don't drop it. It's very expensive.
Promise. I'm just
I run
holding it
immediately
in the
to
light.
it.
Yeah.
What
It-
is this magic pip?
So
It's a
there's a whole
rain.
myriad of like pyramid colours on the floor as it like
Never
it's
seen
shattering
anything
around.
more beautiful.
If you follow the rainbow road, you get to the
What will I get?
portal.
What will I get?
Send another rainbow. She's not coming back.
He doesn't need that.
If you take the green mushroom with the purple, I can promise you will be down that.
She turns to you, Parter. Do you need a remedy for your friend?
Well, you feel that we might need to do something because she
That
we
could
can't
be
trust her when she's like this.
5 silver pieces.
4.
I can give you change.
Okay, done.
Done.
5 more, or 5 in total.
So it's 10 silver pieces to 1 gold.
This
so
isn't
she's
any of
offering
our
you to
gold.
take the
This
gold
is
that
his
you
own
flashed
personal.
No, we
earlier.
can do
Yeah.
it. that's
I'm giving you
it.
5 silver in return.
I get out a coin and I flip it his way.
Okay, he just leaves it. So it hits the bar, finishes rolling it out, sighs, and picks it up,
Well, that didn't
puts it
go away.
underneath the bar,
Far away.
looks at you, and then just descends underneath the bar.
Where'd he go?
You can hear the sound of like a key and a box being popped, and then some coins being rattled around. He closes, he re-emerges and slides 5 silver back up over to you, and a square vial of like a purple liquid over to you. Get her to drink this, and she'll be right as rain in a few minutes.
I whip my tongue out. How far am I away?
You're on the other side of the bar, so you're probably about 20 feet,
My
25
my
feet?
tongue is not 20 feet long.
No, it's probably 10 feet, I guess. 5 feet? 5 feet is probably a bit is reasonable.
It's
Okay,
unrelated.
Yeah.
never mind. I'll let him probably.
Okay, Thank you, kind sir. Reach across. A couple of little wood lice just come off my hand.
That's so gross.
Slide back 5
Unclean.
silvers.
And he reaches down and takes off a moccasin and just goes flap onto the bar. And he looks at you weirdly, and whilst not looking at the other one, whap, crushes the other one.
Parter, don't worry about it. Don't get angry. He didn't realise.
Kind of hammer throw and just that. I'm gonna just kind of grab the vial and just step away from him. Tears just streaming down my eyes.
You should poison him.
Take out dart real quick.
I'm tempted. My hands are kind of going like this.
Don't lose eye contact with him. Parter, I need you. Come on.
We just grunt at each other.
It's like the best,
Do you lick your lips at him?
I swiftly end this auction. And I turn around. And I just hand her the vial without checking it.
And who? What was that to do with this? Parter comes over and just gives you a little square vial
I'm just going to
with
hold
a
it to
stopper
the
on it.
light and look at it.
Yeah, it starts diffusing through the purple light.
Hey,
quite
drink
shiny.
that. It's like the blue with your bread.
Do you have bread for me to dip into it?
This is bread.
Do you have bread?
Yes,
Chug it.
it's 5 copper.
I'll throw it back to you in a minute.
I know you need
Okay,
payment
fine.
in advance.
Have you got
I
the
just-
change from silver?
I have, but I'm not giving that man any more money.
Fine, I'll cover it. 3, 5.
You just scatter 5 copper on there. You
I
just-
push it towards him.
okay, just on the 25 feet of floor.
Go long.
He doesn't make any effort to make any expediency to this. Goes out the back. It's like a good sort
I'm
of
just
minute.
waiting.
I'm still just like looking at it.
Yeah. Fortunately, she is very well entertained. About a minute later, he comes back. He's got a hunk of bread. Goes around the opposite side. Gives you the stink eye. Hunkers down. Scoops up the copper that's on the floorboards. Dusts it off. Puts it on the table. And then walks over to you. And gives it to you.
I still refuse
He
to
just
take
inserts it into your hands. Lets it go. And then returns back to his bar. It just falls out of your hands. Oh yeah, you can catch it.
That was like kickball. And then I hold the bread up to you.
I sit for about 5 minutes just smelling it.
Smells great.
Yeah.
Like amazing.
I fucking was a
Yeah.
dream.
It does actually genuinely take all of your reserve, not to just ingest it immediately because it just smells so good. You feel the most hungry you've ever felt in your life.
You've got the munchies.
And you just know that it's going to taste really, really good.
Okay.
Have it with the purple.
It's a brilliant idea, Pip.
You're welcome.
I
With
heard
the purple.
The
Yeah.
vial.
Vial.
The vial.
Okay.
Not
Not
the
the
mushroom.
mushroom.
You're purple
Add in the
mushrooms.
Have more mushrooms.
Yeah.
Is this like a little beaker?
It's a little
It's a
square
square.
glass vial with a stopper on top.
Okay, I pull out the stopper, I get a chunk of it, and I just start.
Yeah.
But like madly.
You find that you can't, because the neck is so thin, you can't really put the bread in. And it takes you like an embarrassingly long time to think that you can just do that.
I'm not.
and
I have no
pour.
shame.
Yeah. Eventually you're like, oh, okay. You can just upend the vial onto the bread.
How long does it
And
take me
it-
to figure that out?
Like about 2 minutes.
We've all been.
Them watching you just like trying to punch bread into this. And it just soaks into the bread. And you start eating it. And it tastes great. You feel really sleepy.
This is the best day ever.
Love Keld.
To be fair, you
10 of
remember
10.
any other day.
Yeah, it's true. I only remember 2 days. This is the best one.
I'm glad we got to spend it with you.
Yeah,
It's
Svelte
so
mushroom
great.
in, 5-star on Yelp.
Gave me bread.
Give me bread and also could see into time. A few minutes go by and your dilated pupils start returning to normal. Not that anyone can tell because you just have a completely orbular black eyes.
It's true.
But your vision starts narrowing and you feel immediately you just get like the worst like compound headache. Everything seems way too bright.
It's the worst day ever. Did we find the college?
We'll find it in a bit. Why don't you have a nap first? A nap would be good for
I'm
you.
just gonna sit here and eat crumbs.
Okay.
Can I be asking him about the missing woman?
Oh. Who?
My friend. We bumped into somebody from nearby, wondering whether there's been a 5'2" person called Marielle. It was Marielle, wasn't it?
Doesn't. No, there's nobody by that description has been in here for the past few months.
We've promised this friend of ours that we're going to look for his wife. She's been missing for about 8 years.
Maybe you should take better care of his family.
Well, I think there should be no judgment. A man does what a man has to do.
This is my establishment, and I can judge as I will.
I don't believe in judgment. I think that's very wrong of you. But I detract. We would like to know some more about this town. Is there anything that we should know?
You should know that perhaps people of this town know their place.
Yes.
And perhaps you need people know where on the trunk that they live.
What would you say that? Where do we belong?
I think you would be most suited to like the root level. You could find a good place for yourself.
I
I
did
think
not.
you're a
I
bit of
want
an
to
ass.
stand up and just be like,
Sorry, it's
hey,
an honest.
were you insulting my good friend Potter?
No, not insulting, educating him
My
about
good-
the social structure of Kelled.
Are you saying he belongs at the bottom of the rung?
No, I'd say that he would feel more comfortable.
What makes you so much better than us?
I mean, I don't get off my face on mushrooms and headlock my friends and then throw coins on the floor.
Ask a
I-
piece related to knowledge.
This guy should get thrown out a window.
I'm gonna throw
I
this.
mean,
out
this
the
is my
window.
girlfriend.
This is Polyneia's soulmate.
That's it. Her.
My friend here, she did not know what she was doing. You're judging her on one interaction.
Your
I-
mushrooms nearly killed me.
I think you stupidity nearly killed you.
I get out
What?
my flail.
As a DM, I was like, should I say that? I was like, that's definitely what he would say.
I'm gonna stand in between and just go, not right now. You're gonna do this the nice way.
Be prepped.
If you come into a city and start putting things in your mouth, I don't think you can be really held responsible for the outcomes.
You can't say you've never put anything in your mouth.
Of course, I need to eat and drink, but I know what they are. I don't just see like a pulsating violet mushrooms and go, I wonder what that tastes like.
What are you growing them for?
It's for decoration only,
Why would you grow such poisonous mushrooms?
because people around here seem to know that they don't put them,
Somewhere.
they don't ingest them.
As this is happening, I'm gonna sneak outside and pick up one of the purple mushrooms.
Okay, you can pluck another one out of the a window box. Grandolin, what is all this ruckus? Shouts the portly man in the chair. Nothing. To go back to sleep. Would you like a top up of your sherry? Yes, right now. Slams his hand down on the.
This is the
Someone
kind
here
of
is
top
an
of the
asshole.
rung clientele.
What was your name?
The colonel has been with us the last sort of 12 years, I believe. He's more of the furniture than he is a guest.
The colonel of what?
Well, of the last war,
He's a warrior?
indeed. Quite a famous one as well.
What's he famous for? That was a really bad line. What was he famous for?
Tim,
What was he famous for?
What was he famous for?
Sorry, John.
You guys have
Yeah, sorry, John.
He was famous for the
Impressed.
campaign of the.
For the campaign.
campaign.
Well, you feel that we should know a little bit more about this campaign. Would you share a story with us?
It's not for me to give away his life story.
Would you kindly
Uncouth.
ask him? Ask? I've really got to stop this.
Do you have a mushroom too?
I think I did.
You took a red mushroom.
I did smush around in his face. It probably got a bit on him.
I probably did. I probably did.
Sorry.
Could we ask him? I can't
Ask him?
What are you gonna ask?
You can ask him.
I think my tongue's gone really fat in my mouth. I would like to know his story, is what I'm saying.
I think really you should go and ask him.
Ours?
It's not really my place.
I go over and sit with the colonel.
Meanwhile,
Um,
no,
I was just gonna say, was he when he was behind the bar? Was he drinking or eating anything?
no, he doesn't look like he samples his own. He's also an elf. He's very, very like slender. He seems like he pretty like lives on a thimble full of water and like, a blade of grass a day.
Okay,
Oh, you did that once.
I'm gonna get a thimble of water.
Okay,
I'm just gonna sit and squeeze the mushroom into it.
okay.
You
Roll
can-
a survival check.
Is there mushroom?
No, nature check.
Mushrooms have juice.
Are you poisoning the colonel?
That's no.
No.
Yeah, that's why I'm getting to roll a nature check.
Okay, because that's not.
Mushrooms have some sort of. Okay, fine.
You have a poisonous kit. don't you?
No, it's too late. You did it.
It's way too late.
If you need to,
Fine.
yeah, go for it.
Mushroom juice.
Natural 20
Okay.
Didn't you?
with
You-
the.
Don't want to say much.
No, yeah, with that,
I know,
you know,
that's what she
Minus
said.
you know,
I didn't-
That's what she
it wasn't me that said that.
okay.
That's what she
As a both a ranger and with a natural 20, you know that to infuse any kind of liquid with the properties of like a mushroom or a fungi, it has to be boiled to extract the liquid. So like merely squeezing it, it will extracts like a minuscule amount.
Fine.
So you're doing a hand workout on a mushroom basin.
Just
Yeah.
really.
Yeah, really squeezing it. If you're all alone in that, I would have you like, it's going to be great. Just hand me some
Okay.
warm water to next it.
Fine.
But yeah, you know that like it has to be treated in some way.
I'm still holding.
However, you do have a
You get
poisonous
the
kit,
Mushroom garden.
Pip. You do have a
I
poisonous
don't want to
kit.
poison him. I just want to.
No, you don't have to poison him, but you know that this could be an ingredient.
Ridiculous.
You're putting your own juice in it.
Dude.
It could be.
No, you're like scuff your
Dude.
skin. You're
You potentially could use this as an ingredient to a psychedelic poison.
I realise that, and I go outside and pick up more.
Okay, you start harvesting. You get 4
Purple.
violet mushrooms. Brackets psychedelic.
nice.
Full psychedelic mushroom.
Stay away.
Meanwhile, Chad, what's going on?
I've just been walking.
Okay.
Been walking, getting some lunges in.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I need to be loose and limber
Yeah.
for later today.
People are giving you kind of like a little bit of a side eye,
Yeah, they should.
but they're mostly allowing you like
My lunges.
passage. Yeah.
Are
You're
there
kind of
other
like
people on the. Well, I guess that would make
you're
sense.
6'5", and
Yeah.
so if anybody looks at the profile of the crowd, you'd have you, and then you disappear into the crowd, and then appear, and then you disappear as you lunge your way through the populace.
Yeah.
People initially start trying to sort of sell you things, and then they kind of instantly back off.
Not interested.
What's your main goal?
Really, just reps.
Okay.
I want to get to the top.
Yep.
And then go back down, getting downward lunges. Oh, you know what? I should go forward lunges and then backward lunges.
Okay, so you reverse your way down. Yeah.
Yep, the exact same way I came. So I had the same view going down as
Yeah.
I had going.
You learn no additional information on the way down,
Yep.
aside from like the occasional person that passes you the
But-
right way.
My goal this time is to make it back to everybody so I can drop off the gold.
Okay.
So I can just go hang out at this really cool bar that I found. That
Are you
nobody
really
else is
going
gonna
back to
find
VAR?
out. Yeah.
He's keen.
See,
Keen.
Roll an insight check.
Ooh, things are getting spicy. Oh no!
They're not getting spicy.
They're not at all. 3.
You blindly just make headway, and it's really good because
It's really good.
It's really good.
a lot of the times
No problem.
one of the reasons you went to Akarans was because you just needed a place to work out, a safe space for yourself, really to like just they're not vanity muscles. You're not going out for show.
No.
You really
I
just
use
want to
these
work
things.
on, and so what you really hate is people that just go out there and just show off. And fortunately, it seems that everybody's on your level, and they are giving you the width of space that you need, really, to just go hard on those
Lunges.
thighs, on the calves,
Go
and they will
hard on
give you the space.
I wonder if this has anything to do with the serpents that ate this bar.
You
and
don't
they
know.
just don't like.
With an insight of 3, you have no idea.
Well, definitely not. But I wonder.
Yeah. You can wonder this as you're halfway down the tree,
Yeah.
going backwards, but people are not coming near you.
Nope.
Yeah, which is great because you're just getting like the perfect workout.
Yeah.
You don't even have to look behind you
No.
because you just know at this point that people are just getting out of the
I
way.
should get breakfast at some point. I set out.
Your stomach is
brunch
now
on my
like-
mind.
Are you saying this
Yeah.
to yourself?
Nobody else to talk. I can say that to people as I pass by. I should eat some breakfast.
Yeah, no one's offering you anything.
No.
Like, you should go to here for the best
No.
breakfast. No,
I'm just gonna keep walking backwards. It's fine.
Eventually, you reach the point in which you left. A good 25 minutes later,
The bar or where everybody else was.
the bar.
I'm gonna keep going past
Okay,
down to where
Glimmerdale's goods.
where I left everybody.
Yeah, Glimmerdale's goods.
Glimmerdale's goods. I didn't actually hear about the Dusty Lantern, did I? That was them.
No.
I'm asking you, but I know the answer to that question.
Yes.
So I'm gonna go all the way back down to where everybody else was.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody else is there.
Well, it depends, Mike. Where are you going?
The kids are taking me to the Dusty,
Lantern.
that one.
Groovy. So, whilst you're hanging out outside of Glimmerdale's goods, waiting for people to return.
Can I still be working out?
Yeah, how would you like to work out?
Well, I already did legs.
You've done a lot of legs.
I've done a lot of legs.
How
Yeah.
heavy is the bag?
It's only 20
20
pounds.
I'm not taking
So you,
part in
you
this
could like, I
restaurant.
say like kettlebell.
I wish I could.
You do have a
Can't
weight
do
on you.
that. What's my weight on me?
Your wand.
My wand. Oh, I could just do some. Yeah. Some of
Curls.
those. Some of those.
How heavy is your
Some of
wand?
those. Well, there's a dumbbell attached to it.
And by attached to it, it means
What?
it's a dumbbell.
My wand is a dumbbell.
Does it work as a wand?
Yes.
Yeah. It's a magical dumbbell.
He casts his spells through his dumbbell.
Did you guys not know that?
No.
No. Well,
How
I'm
would
just
we?
gonna do some reps.
Because when
I'm gonna do
the,
some
la-
triceps.
yeah, the last
with a
person,
wand.
the only person that's ever seen him use his arcane focus was Parter. And that's before you died, so he didn't really have eyes on.
Yeah.
Where have you been hiding this?
He's not been hiding it, it's just no one's seen him use it before.
He's asked me about my wand.
Do you want us to ask you?
No, I really don't. So yeah, I'm just gonna do some arm work.
You can work out those
Sweet.
trapezoids. That's
Yeah.
probably a muscle. I don't know.
Trapezoids, the deltazoids,
Sure.
Glutes.
triceratoids,
Tyrannosoids,
tyrannosoids,
yeah, stegozoids,
melissozoids,
yeah.
the armasoids,
Yeah.
the
I'm
wandasozoids.
gonna end this.
I could keep going.
Yeah.
I know
All of them, all of the main muscle
All of the
zoids.
zoids.
All of the
All
zoids.
of the main muscle groups.
Yeah, he's got some raging zoids, is what we've established.
Don't tell us about your raging zoids.
Well, don't ask me about my
Do you have any
zoids.
parkozoids?
Parkazoids.
Parkoids.
I'm too meaty.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Mike.
Sorry.
On that note.
Oh no.
Yes. Hello.
The two kids are leading you to the southeastern tree.
So I was heading towards the north tree, and now I'm going towards the southeast tree.
Yes.
Okay.
So we're in the south.
Okay.
And they lead you up to. I wish everyone else was with you.
Don't say that, DM.
To the Dusty Lantern Tavern. And you don't have anything to compare to. However, this is the most populated and raucous spot in all of Kelled. It's pretty much every table is occupied right now, even though it's like mid-morning to late afternoon time.
Mm-hmm.
And you walk in, and it's just music, laughter. You can feel the heat from inside. There's already a queue at the bar, and the kids kind of like push you in, point you to the piano, and then just leave.
Is there a mechanical ball?
And there is no mechanical ball.
So
there
therefore,
a
it's
real
not
ball?
the most raucous.
No, perhaps it's not the most raucous bar ever, but it's certainly in this town.
Why am I being pointed at the piano?
Sitting at the piano is a sort of quite a svelte man.
Felt.
Is he soft?
Svelte. He's very soft, a very soft man. Quite a lithe man, if you will. But he is wearing
Mither?
a top hat and tails,
Ooh, cool.
and he's playing on this swollen piano.
is it swollen?
Why does it have to be swollen?
It's swollen because in the swamp it's incredibly humid, and so it looks like this has been built into the bar itself, and by virtue that they can no longer extract it without damaging it, maybe some part of like tradition or superstition, they've left it here, and so the wood itself is expanded, and it gives it this kind of like really swollen porpoise experience.
This is your adventure.
Yeah. However, the keys itself are not subject to that, and so it still plays well.
That's cool.
It's
You
just that the
enjoy
actual
the
wood itself
swollen
has
wood.
become swollen around it.
Plays well, looks
Okay.
swollen.
And there is currently a jaunty tune being played.
I am.
This place is packed.
You're gonna have to
How
bleep out habits
long will
on
it take
the
me
show.
to get over there?
To him, probably like a good 30 seconds, even though it's only like 20, 30 feet.
I want to. I love the sound of that swollen piano.
The old Joanna, if you will.
I want to go straight to it,
Mhm.
so I want to push one out of the way.
Okay.
But because surely I've got some experience in working in a busy tavern, so I want to know the right ways of moving between
Yep.
quickly.
Cool. So, with that, why don't you do a dexterity check? Just a straight dexterity check. Just kind of like weave your way through the bar.
4.
Okay, so you kind of like take the right hand way, which is where the bar is. You work your way through. You kind of get caught up in a little bit with the queuing. Oh, God damn it! You retrace your steps. You're around the left hand way, and you just get like faced with a round table, of which has got 5 occupiers. And I'm really glad you rolled badly for that.
I want to get to the piano.
In front of you, there is a round table. There are 5 stools around it, and sitting around this round table are 5 dogs. They're all
Dogs.
wearing like different. Like 2 of them are wearing armor. One of them's wearing a cloak. One of them's wearing leather armor, and one's wearing like hide armor. And 2 of them wearing like one's wearing chainmail, one's wearing plate armor.
Oh, it's adorable.
And they're all got their paws up on the table. They have
Eggs.
they have like boiled eggs and pies on the table, and there is like tankards on the table, and their paws are like wrapping around the tankards and bring it to them and just lapping up.
Are they normal sized dogs?
Yeah, regular sized
Are
dogs,
they- are
but they're
they-
wearing
are they
armor.
talking?
They're barking at each other.
They're barking at each other. Do they acknowledge me as I'm walking? As I
Yeah,
walk
you just like standing there, and like one of the smaller ones, the Chihuahua, like looks
Yeah.
up at you,
It's Chihuahua.
like with his big like bug eyes, and then
Wait.
go back to his drink.
That's
Which
Does it
one?
say anything?
Which one is there one that's close to me that's like the biggest out of all of them?
So there is a German Shepherd, a Chihuahua, a Border Terrier, a Mastiff, and a Shetland Sheepdog.
Okay, a Shetland sheepdog.
Yeah.
Can I go to it? But
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk really slowly towards
So on the
it.
back of the Shetland Sheepdog has got the hide armor on, and it's got a bow and arrow on its back.
Can I walk towards it like this?
Yes. They all kind of like stop and start watching you as you walk across, and
And
start
then-
barking at one another, like conversationally.
Aw.
Can I go to it?
Yeah.
And I wrap my arm round its neck.
And immediately it snaps at you.
Who's a good dog? Who's a good dog?
Roll the persuasion check. Actually, yeah,
Behind his ear.
roll the persuasion check. It's
What?
not an animal handling.
What
Roll
the
for
dogs?
scratches.
They have a German Shepherd, a Chihuahua, a Border Terrier, a
Oh my
Mastiff,
God.
and a Shetland Sheepdog.
Which one am I rolling, sorry?
A persuasion check
That's my favourite.
with disadvantage.
Why? Natural 20?
I loved eggs.
5?
Roll again.
19. So
what's-
25 and 20. Not 25 and 19.
Jeez Louise. Okay, so against its
You have a new dog.
consciousness, against what it actually wants to think, it gives in like naturally, and then it starts like its leg starts going. The other 4 look really disappointed in it,
Yay!
but it can't help it. Like its back leg starts going.
I want to sit next to them and go,
Okay, they all start looking at each other. The Shetland sheepdog that you scratched looks quite ashamed and just looks down and like gently reaches out with his paw and just rolls an egg over towards it and beats it gently. Yeah. They all kind of look at each other like,
Do you still just look like Joanna whilst you're doing this?
I'm Joanna.
Ready?
Joanna.
I'm a dog.
Huh? I can't.
When
I've
did
got to
Joanne
be
get
a.
an A on the end
Is
of
it only
that?
humans?
Hmm?
Can I only change to humans?
Joanne?
Joanna.
humanoids, yeah.
Joanna is a new name. Is that a
Are
new
you a new
person?
person?
Am I Joanne?
Joanne.
Joanne. I'm everyone.
I said Joanna because of the piano.
But Josh
piano?
is a
Yeah, Joanna. The old
Because of the
Joanna
piano?
is like a piano. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's another
Piano.
name for it.
Joanna.
I want to go and do something, but I want to come back to the dogs.
I mean, you can.
Run and get
Presumably, they're not going anywhere.
Still mushrooms?
Run and get all
It looks like they're tying one off, as it will.
What does that mean?
Oh, it means they're having a drink.
Tie one off.
You never heard that?
No.
Wait,
That's
there's
a
a new
famous
phrase
lizard
every
folk.
day.
Wind your neck in.
I want.
Papa.
Okay, so
Tie one off.
I'll get
Kids
up.
say that.
I want to scratch him by the ear. Again.
Okay.
And say, I want to come back. I just got to go do something.
Okay, its back leg thumps on the stool again,
Aw.
and then it kind of looks forlornly at you as you leave.
Okay.
And then the other one's just like giving it like,
I'm gonna walk towards the piano, but I
Okay.
turn around and go, I'm gonna call you Jerry.
there it goes.
Bye, Jerry. Can I walk towards the piano?
Piano.
Why don't you run and get us?
The old Joanna.
The swollen wooden
Joanna
Joanna.
the piano.
Swollen Joanna.
Stop.
So you kind of like hang around a little bit,
Stop.
waiting for him to stop.
Oh,
Please.
don't want him to stop.
Well, he comes to the end of his song. Everybody starts clapping. There's a small break, and he reaches up and grabs a tankard that's on top of the swollen piano, and grabs it and starts quaffing it.
I
Jim.
Why are you doing
You
this?
know where our heads at today.
I genuinely don't.
because I didn't want him to stop playing. I
Swollen
wanted
piano
to. I'm
coughs.
intrigued more by the music than by him.
Okay.
So I ask him to continue playing, please.
He spins round suddenly, not expecting someone to be next to him. His eyes go wide suddenly. He's quite a, as I said, quite a svelte man, thin man.
Felt man.
Life.
Yeah, lithe, if you will.
Made of felt.
Yeah, made of felt, entirely made of felt. He's got a curled moustache, clean shaven otherwise, dark eyes, slicked back, oiled, dark hair, top hat, tails. He's also wearing, now you can see, a black waistcoat and a white shirt, black trousers, and very highly polished black shoes. However, all of those things look like they're probably past their best. So the shiny black shoes are heavily worn, slightly unstitched. The waistcoat and the trousers have faded into a dark grey. The waistcoat, well, no, the top coat is threaded slightly, and the top hat looks like it could see in better days, really. However, he still is relatively immaculately shaved. And he's got very high cheekbones, rosy. It gives you a very pleasant smile as he drinks whatever's in his cup.
Can I mime that I have a cup and I say cheers. Count.
Mm-hmm. Huh. Cheers.
That was some good playing there. I've never had anything like it on this swollen thing. I've been told about it.
You've been told about swollen things.
Yeah.
I thank you very much.
Would you like to partner up on a little musical number? I've always wanted to.
I absolutely would. You know I would. It'd be wonderful. Sit down here next to me.
Can I lie on the piano?
I really rather you didn't. It's quite dangerous. I do fear you may fall off.
I really want to lie on the piano.
It's not. It's out of that character. It's not really. It's not a grand piano thing. It's very much like a stand-up piano that's just like built into the wall, and it's just like expanded so much that it's like part of the wall almost
Okay.
at this point.
Then
So you would have to like lie across the top of it, which has got the most flat area, but it's like only probably about that.
I will then sit next to him.
He is fine with that. Sorry, just going to cancel that.
Are you,
There we go.
are you
Fine
ready?
So, what songs do you know?
Consider yourself
I only know one song, and it's
It's one song only.
do it.
Do it.
Do it.
I get embarrassed.
Okay.
But then I pluck up the courage and
No, please. I really want to hear the song that you have in mind. I'm sure I can improvise.
you're on your own. Huh?
MP.
No, I was gonna do that one. I wanna like
Just do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
At this point, everybody's kind of like quieted down, and like I'm now looking over to it because they're not used to this kind of like interlude, and so there's a lot of people that have got drinks in their hand. They're looking over towards the piano, see you two like conversing. People get more expectant.
then I start off really, really quietly, like whispering to myself. La, 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 la. La, 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 la. La, 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 la. La, 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 la.
Ding 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 ding. Ding. Roll a performance check for me. Count Rarian will also do the same thing.
13.
He is entirely unfamiliar with the song, and quite poorly keeps up with you.
It sounds beautiful.
So you have to bear a lot of the load in this. So he's like quite clumsily playing the piano behind you. He's definitely not a musician.
I'm definitely not a singer.
But comparatively, people are paying way more attention to you.
I continue.
Keep going.
Do you still look like Joanne?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not going to change mid-song. But that would be cool. But I'm not.
Okay.
I'm too focused on my singing.
Performance.
Ah.
And yeah, you give a good rendition of the song.
Thanks.
And Rarian behind you is kind of like not giving the best performance. I'm going to be honest with you. Kind of detracting away from the performance, but
This one's for you, Jerry.
the dog's like,
It's too late, buddy.
All of his friends.
person that called you Jerry. Give you scritches. And eventually the song comes to a close. You get a smattering of applause, mostly for yourself. He cracks his knuckles and closes the piano down.
That's the end of that.
Says, "Won't you join me in my booth?" And he gestures over to one side.
Your booth?
Indeed. There's an empty corner to one side.
Even though you said that his attire is he's well dressed, but obviously not well presented.
Yes.
I still think he's like the poshest person I've ever seen. So, and he does seem to sound posher, and I want to also talk the same
Way.
because
Same way.
I thought his piano skills were amazing.
They weren't. They were before,
me they
but to you, yeah. They elevated. Cool. So he guides you back to the booth and sits you down. You three. What are you doing?
Can't remember where we got to. Oh, we got the Colonel, haven't we?
I said I want the Colonel.
Are you sat with him on your own?
I don't know. Did you sit with me?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I kind of I shimmy over to him. You're walking over there, and I can hear you walking over, and I'm shimmering over whilst I'm looking at him and down at the deadwood lice. Just.
The others got little purple splats.
Why'd you have to do that? Make me sad now.
Oh, they are
Yeah. And then
dirty.
kind of knock into you where you sat down and then go, oh, I'm going to sit down. Start talking.
What-o?
Colonel,
Yes.
you're a warrior.
I used to be in my youth.
Did you ever play kickball?
What on earth are you?
Why does everyone say it like that? I am ASMR.
You're quite frightening to mine eyes.
I'm sorry for this visage. It's
You
not
should be.
me. I'm sorry that you're so scared of everything.
I'm not scared.
You just said you were scared.
Disturbing.
Yeah.
I can assure you.
I've seen many things in my time.
And yet you're disturbed by my appearance?
Hmm.
Mm.
Looks like you're cracking, young lady.
The sass.
Looks like you're cracked, young lady.
Cracked.
Indeed.
Wow.
This is my skin.
I don't even see. Get that checked out.
Do you judge everyone on their appearance?
No,
No.
but it seems when someone has no eyes
Tell me about the war.
and smoke
Tell me
pouring out
about
of your
the
eyes
war.
and porcelain skin. What do you want to know about the war?
I want to know everything there is to know about
It was horrid.
Why
How
It's
long-
before your time, obviously.
My time was 2 days ago.
It's definitely before your time. Though you're obviously mad.
You'd like to know a little bit more about what it was about.
About.
Boot.
I'd like to know what it was about.
Oh, yes, you.
A boot.
The furbolg.
What,
You what?
what do you mean by that? I am
That's
a furbolg.
Yes, that's what I was saying.
Are you judging me?
You know about the East Seas War, no?
I've heard about it, but I can't recall it.
No. It wasn't too long ago. It was 11 years ago.
Ah, yeah.
That's
that
where I lost
war.
my leg. In the Navy.
Oh, right. I'm sorry, I've been in the swamp. I've kept my head down.
Yes, comfortable times in the swamp, hey?
I could get.
Safe there
You could
with
say
the
that.
women and the children.
I live a lonely life, actually.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me.
I don't think I can have this conversation right now, are you? Pep, where are you?
Where's
Um,
Pip?
I've come back inside. I've been picking up mushrooms.
Oh, yeah. You've got those 4
Yeah.
violet mushrooms there.
Um,
So you can add that to your herbalism. Oh, no, poison skin.
Did I hear what was just said?
Pretty got the trail end of it,
Okay. There's nothing cowardly about staying with the women and children. We know we've talked about this before.
I know, but he's saying it in a really nasty way. He's really offending me.
Don't
No.
women in this world fight alongside men?
Yes, they do, sometimes.
So why do you say it derogatory that he would be a woman or a child?
Because obviously he's not capable of fighting, so he lives with the children. The women have
Are
to look
women
after them.
not capable of fighting?
Indeed they are, but when they're giving birth, much like this person would be giving birth to whatever he gives birth to,
Mushroom.
laziness,
Plants. I give
Bees.
birth to plants, alright?
Bees.
bees.
Hey, mister, I don't like the way you're talking to my friend.
Well, maybe he needs to get a job.
Maybe you.
Goddamn hippie.
Where's your job?
I can't have this. I'm going to get up and walk out.
Enterprise.
I'm going to flip a table. I'm literally just going to flip his table in front of him and walk out.
Okay. It's very easy to do, and I don't need to make you do a check. And so, like the glass that was on there, it just flips over, crashes.
I swear, all I do is cry.
Like one of the leg
Character.
one of the leg breaks, and
His leg, yeah?
the goblet no the on the table breaks, and the goblet that he was drinking out of, the very fine one, skitters across the floor, spilling out the red liquid onto the.
I'm just.
And he grabs the side of the arm rests of the chair, and gets really super flustered. His face goes really red. Oh, will I never?
And I'm just going to run out, just crying.
Yeah, you better get out of here.
And just run straight
Does he
out.
threaten him? Does he say you better get out?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Are you threatening my friend? I stand up, I get I answer everything.
He pushes himself back into the chair.
Apologise to my friend.
He's run off like a lot of his kind.
Apologise to me. On his behalf.
Why should I apologise to you?
Sunshine.
Look like an abomination.
I'm
Kill
gonna
him.
bang my shield again with that. And
For intimidation.
thank you, because it's really high.
Okay.
Oh.
It's 17 plus 7.
24.
24.
He gets super flustered and even redder and just hunkers down into the big chair. Anyone can bang a shield. He's got nothing to drink, but I'm drinking.
Are all the warriors in this world so cowardly?
People in this world seem to believe that fighting a war makes you brave.
This man isn't brave.
I lost a leg! And then he kind of shrinking
We'll
Violet back
lose
into
another
his-
if you keep talking to us like
That's what I
that.
was gonna say.
Well,
Let's get out of
We're
here.
not learning anything, Pip.
We know that this man is a coward.
Yeah.
Let's
This man
leave.
is a coward. That's another elf talking.
Can I?
not painting a great picture of elves.
I poke my head back round the door.
Okay.
I want to
Yeah, you see these two like still around the gentleman in
I shout.
the chair.
You made me cry, and that's all I'm doing at the moment. I'm gonna make you wet, like my eyes, and then I'm gonna cast create water.
Don't look at me.
So how much water did you create with that spell?
Don't.
10 gallons of clean water
Uh-huh.
within a range in an open container. Alternatively, the water falls as rain in a 30-foot cube within range. So I'm going to cast
Which one?
rain
So all so
inside.
you two, the bar person, and this gentleman here. I say gentleman, this man.
You should have
Um,
brushed it with your flail.
It starts raining, a torrential rain inside this tavern.
Which tavern is this?
This
nice
one.
one.
Yeah, the nice one. Well, the nice one.
The posh one.
Is
Yeah.
this the highest one?
You
Yes,
should never
it is.
judge a person by what they look like. You don't know nothing about me. And I walk off.
Sorry, I need to get the thing.
Pip, where else might we find information?
So
about-
it's the Svelte Mushroom Inn.
Yes.
Yes.
Um,
Owned by you know his first name, Gran O'Dallin. Gran O'Dallin.
Are there any other places like this?
these
where you
people
might
have
more
obviously
luck?
never learnt anything a day in their life.
These people are not worth our time.
We'll head back down. Maybe someone on our level will be able to help us.
I think I prefer it on that level.
So you wind your way back down.
Is it still raining?
Inside that tavern,
Yeah.
yeah. For how long does it last for?
It lasts for... Oh, it doesn't say.
What's the
Just says-
expression on his face when we leave?
Which one?
The bartender.
He's just like, to what he was writing in, he'd produce that back again. As soon as it starts raining, he's like, jeez. He's like folding it back up, scooping it back under, and like trying to protect all of like the pictures, like the awards and stuff like that.
That's right.
He's putting like a towel over his head, scurrying about.
The glass, the crystal glass that I was making
Yeah.
the rainbow with, I've still got that.
Yeah, sure.
I just take it with me.
Yeah. He's distracted enough that you wouldn't notice that you take that. So you can add that one fancy crystal cut glass to your inventory.
What word did you just say?
One fancy crystal cut glass.
Fancy crystal
Yeah.
glass.
So, where are we going? Somewhere where people will know about the college.
Let's
Do I know of any like other establishments that aren't this tavern?
Yeah, you know the Dusty Lantern Tavern and the Wretched Serpent Bar.
So it's just the two bars that I know.
Those are the only two like
Okay.
drinking establishments.
We'll go down one to the Dusty Lantern.
I want there to be friendly people there.
There will
please.
be.
Okay, I'm coming.
We
To
heard
get-
music as we walked
Jesus.
There are
past.
dogs
To get
in
there,
town.
you have to go down to the root level,
Should we see if anyone?
and across the way you see
It's where we live.
Chad standing there, like
Lunging.
lunging,
Lifted.
pressing. You get there about the same time because it's a good 25 minutes to go up, to go down, to work out. And there's a similar amount of time for you to go all the way up to the top and come all the way back down again. You had a very sort of like brief 5-minute interaction inside that tavern.
Pissed everyone off there.
It was
So
like
much done.
caused rain and
Yeah.
left.
Did you get stronger?
I also have something to do tonight.
Are you gonna tell us?
Nope. But you need to watch
Something?
this money and not lose it. And don't ask any questions and don't come to the
Wretched Serpent Bar.
Okay, don't come to the Wretched Serpent tonight. Got it. That's not
Okay.
where we'll be.
Nobody can come to the Wretched Serpent tonight.
Okay. It's not suspicious.
Good to see you guys.
Do you go with
Later.
him? Because I mean, it is still like afternoon time.
Yeah, I'm gonna lunge my way back up there.
Okay. Who's got the money?
You.
Alright.
You're the only one strong enough.
Well, anyone can
It's
carry 20 pounds.
Oh, I'm very.
Yeah, it's not you.
You two could easily carry it.
Which one of us is more perceptive?
Me.
Me, +5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You put it more to know if it's in story.
I'll take it.
Sling over your shoulder.
Are we near Rabnar's Glimmerdale goods?
You're right outside it.
I'm just going to pop in and make sure he's still on task.
Yeah, I mean,
I
it's
think he
been
would.
an hour
Yeah,
at this point.
I don't trust him. He's
You
okay.
go back and
I
he
trust him
is,
with my life, but I don't trust him to stay focused.
again, the shop front itself, completely empty. You go back, you just hear furious scribbling. He's at one of his desks. And he's, the forge is going. It's like bright white hot at the moment. And he's at his desk and he's got multiple like variations of like parchments and stuff. And he's scribbling down them
Can I
furiously. He
try
doesn't
and
even notice that
Can
you're
I
there.
sneak up to him and just peer over his shoulder?
So he's got like a rudimentary sketch of your diadem on there, and then he's got a rudimentary sketch of one of the shards, and then he's got a bunch of like arcane symbols that you don't even recognise. It looks all very like mathematical the way that he's like expanded them out, but it's in a language that you don't understand.
Okay.
And it looks like a lot of them are pegged in a way that a mad person would connect a bunch of like
a
red
detective
strings.
scene.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's doing that, and he's just like abandoning a couple of things and then going on to other things. He's
That's
flitting
fine.
about a few bits and pieces.
I
And he grabs like a piece of raw material and like overlays it over your diadem and goes, "It's not right." It throws it back in, and grabs like another piece and overlays it over the gem itself and throws it back again. And it looks like he's just sort of whittling down the materials that he has.
okay.
He's
That's
making
fine.
a little pile next to him.
I'll sneak back out. I don't want him to ever know I was
Yeah.
there.
It's almost not worth him making a sleight of hand, a stealth check. He's so invested in what he's doing. He's got like a very rudimentary like self-awareness anyway, but when he's like on task, you can't notice anything.
So focused.
Yeah.
I just come back out. So to the Dusty Lantern.
Yeah.
You coming with us,
anyone
Chad?
there more useful?
Yeah. Yeah, so I got a day to kill. I just need to be back at
What are you going?
somewhere at sunset. That's all.
What are you doing at
No,
sunset?
it's fine.
No, you tell
No.
us.
It's fine. I'm good.
Cool. So, you know where the Dusty Lantern is.
Yep.
No problem. You work your way up the tree, and you work into the bar. Just as a song is finishing, and you see, you kind of look across the crowd, and you see, like, jauntily laying across the top of the piano is Joanne.
So I can lie across it.
Well, like, jauntily just, like, leaning, half laying, half leaning. And then it finishes and everybody starts clapping. Mostly to Joanne. People are like saying, Calvarian wasn't really on point for that. But he gave it his good.
I
and then
start
he-
cheering really loudly.
He takes her arm and leads her over way to the booth in the back of the tavern.
Okay.
Bye, Joanne.
You know that. Listen.
She's way over the other side of the bar. And this
Bye.
Um,
place is rammed right now.
Okay.
I'm going to head to the bartender
Okay.
and ask them if they know of any colleges around here.
What do you three do?
I'm killing time, so.
Do we go to the bar or just like hang at the door?
To the bar.
Hang out the door?
To the window.
The bar?
To the wall.
I want to go and look at the piano.
Because it's so...
Look at
Yeah.
A
the
go-to
Sure.
I
piano.
want to look at the piano.
So you two go into the bar. You're staying at the door, piano. You're at the booth. When you go towards the piano, Chad. No, it wasn't Chad.
Not me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But no.
You bump against the back of a creature, and it looks around, and it is a small dog. It kind of yaps at you. as you walk past. Yep. And it's wearing leather armor.
Do I know what a dog is?
Yeah. You know what a creature is. Yeah.
Do I know it's supposed to be not supposed to have armor?
I don't think they know that it's not supposed to have an armor on, so you can kind of go with it.
Okay, I want to lean down and pet it.
I love how that's our go-to.
That's your personality. So, like, do you want to pet it?
Yeah, it's my natural instinct
Okay.
would be to pet a dog. That should be anyone's natural
Roll,
instinct.
yeah, roll a
John.
persuasion
Yeah,
check.
John.
Snow.
What, sorry?
Persuasion.
Persuasion. 12 plus 7. 19.
Okay. It's a different dog. It's on the opposite side of the table. And then like the dog that you were stroking now kind of can take the high ground and looks disapprovingly whilst you like scritching it behind the ears. The border terrier.
Is that the same one she paired?
No. Mine was the sheepdog.
Yeah, the Shetland sheepdog. Now he's like all up at you, like, what are you doing? As you like, scritch behind his ears. And they all start barking to one another. And they all try and finish their own drinks. So they just kind of scoop their tankards towards each other, lap it, and then look at each other, bark a couple of more times, and then leave the bar.
Oh.
Leaving the one that I'm petting?
Yes.
Oh.
He's the last one to leave, but he's like, yeah, I have to go.
Is anyone near me?
You're at the door, so yeah, you would be. You two went to the bar, so you're like beyond them.
Is it normal for dogs to fight wars here?
Dogs don't really like me.
They give you the stink eye on the way
That's
out.
an answer to my
Yeah.
question.
No.
Is it normal for dogs to fight wars?
We've got to do something to follow them because
Yeah.
it sounds
I don't
like a
hang out
big,
with dogs. I'm sorry.
it sounds like a big part of the story, and we should definitely follow.
We just want to pet them.
I want to know more about the dog.
Well, there's 5 of us, right? It's one dog each.
Yeah.
Jerry's
Could have
mine.
been, but they left.
They're in the process of leaving.
Why don't you shout after us and we come?
Okay, you're the one that can speak to animals. I don't know why
Yeah,
you're looking at me.
but I'm up at the bar. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay. You don't know about these dogs?
I don't know dogs. I know eggs and lizards.
So they casually
And
trot out of the bar
necessarily.
I'm
as you're
gonna-
talking to
Yeah.
Chad.
I'm gonna go towards Potter because I feel like he's the most in tune with nature you might know.
With your intimidating 6'6" frame, you just push your way through the crowd, get up to Parter, who sticks out like a sore thumb, 7'4", like a beanpole.
Furlong.
Yeah.
Potter, is it normal for animals in this world to fight wars alongside?
Oh, I've heard stories of some animals.
Because
But
there's a bunch of dogs in warrior outfits, just
you
like
got some dogs.
yeah.
Oh no, I don't think I've heard of warrior dogs. Where are they?
See 'em.
Oh yeah, I'll go find those good boys.
I just petted one. It was glorious.
Oh, I
It
bet it
cleared my
was.
headache right
I
now.
bet it was. Come find me. Come show me.
Drag him out. We follow
Okay.
dogs.
Pip, you can hear this.
Yeah, I, as a frog, am scared of dogs. So I just say at the bar, I'm
Okay.
like, please don't ask me, please don't ask me. Okay, good, they're gone.
Roll a perception check. Like,
9.
so you see these 3 casually out the corner of your eye leave the bar. You don't see Pip. You see your friends enter, mingle amongst the crowd, and they gather at the door and leave. Doesn't even look like they've seen you.
Okay,
What do you do?
nothing.
Stay
I'm
with
having a drink
Cameron?
and I've just performed twice today. I give
Uh,
myself a high five.
So you 3 are now outside the bar.
Okay. I point
You see
towards
them
the
trot.
dog
You see them trotting down,
Yeah.
going downwards.
I told you, dogs fight wars there.
I'm going to blow on my panpipe thinking it's a dog whistle, just to
Mm.
see if that works.
So one of them's wearing chainmail and has a long sword on its back. One of them's
How
wearing
can a dog
like
use a
blackened
sword?
leather armor and it's got a couple of daggers.
Are they
on
walking on all
its-
fours or
Yeah, on all fours, like a normal
two
dog.
fours?
No, on all fours. One of them's wearing a navy cloak and has a little hat on and has a wand stuck in its belt. One of them has.
Sounds amazing.
One of them is wearing plate armor, so like really heavy armor, and then has a giant hammer on its back. And one of them's wearing again like studded leather armor and has a bow and a quiver on its back.
Are they just normal dog size? Like,
They look just like a German Shepherd,
How far?
Chihuahua, a Border Terrier, a Mastiff, and a Shetland Sheepdog. Normal size, normal dogs,
how far?
but in armor. They're about 60 feet in front of you. Like they're just going outside down the trunk.
Out of character, I have to pee so bad.
It's okay, we're nearly done.
Yeah, I want to. Oh no, they're too far away.
Drag it
Yeah,
out.
Son of a-
They're just trotting.
I'm just
They're,
gonna get up and come over to the table.
they're not running, they're just trotting.
I'm gonna get a little jog on, run after them, head their way.
What are you going to do? Who gets them?
Oh my
Just go.
I'm gonna bend down and pick up the chihuahua.
Yeah.
Just go, all right there, and kind of stroke him. So take him under my arm,
Oh my god.
and stroke the big one.
Roll a persuasion check.
Not animal
Take your
handling.
turn.
Nope, not animal handling.
Are you sure you want to do that?
Yeah.
Do you want to think about it a bit more?
Nope.
Do you want to take a bit longer?
I'm gonna move Alice.
10.
We're gonna trade places.
10.
Roll first.
So as you pick up the char, with its little char paws,
Yeah.
grabs
I'm picking
the dagger,
her and moving her.
puts it to your throat, and that's where we'll end the episode.
So we'll end the episode.
Indeed.
I didn't even hear
No,
that.
I
You
got
missed
way
it.
distracted.
I'm sorry, can you repeat
I
that?
fucked
Can
it
you
up, I'm
repeat
sorry.
the last
Cleo
scene?
has to wait.
So
I'm gonna kill.
where Parter scooped up the chihuahua,
Scooped up the
Yeah.
chihuahua.
took it to its face, it drew a dagger from its belt, and that put
Like
the dagger to its
chihuahuas do.
throat.
Its own throat.
His throat. No, his throat. I'm gonna kill you.
Rather die.
I'm sick of this.
He
Your
put his
throat.
dagger-
Yeah,
And
and that's where we end the episode.
Oh, but it's so cute.
Quit asking questions.
So,
How do you feel about that?
was it a chihuahua, you say?
Oh my
Yes.
What
god.
colour chihuahua?
Leaving.
so it's black with the brown face and brown belly.
Does it look like it was
Oh my
its
God.
old child?
It's
Looks about middle aged. But anyway, so
It's so hard.
anyway, I would like to thank my players Ellie, Josh, Annie, Khalil, and Alice. If you'd like to plug your social media, now is an amazing time to do so.
Yep.
What is
It's a long
my
one, too.
social
Oh my God.
media?
Do you want Twitter or Instagram?
Either way,
Would you like it spelt out?
if you think it needs to
I'm
be.
gonna leave.
So ELLIE.
Uh-huh.
That spells Ellie, which is my first name,
Good.
Why would you do
and
this?
Bav. So
Why
BAV,
would
Which is
which is my last name.
Ah.
But that's actually short
for.
for Bavista,
Ah,
which is my full last name.
okay, so Ellie Bav,
My
short for Ellie
middle name's not in
Bavster.
there.
Okay.
You
What is
have
your
a
name
good-
out of
Stop
interest?
it!
Yeah.
You have a really
Stop
good
it!
name.
Well, Josh, what's your Twitter handle?
Do you like it spelled out or?
He's
At
MCM Josh.
Square
That's
At
OCD
MCM
Squirrel. I am Chad _ lizard _ wizard _
Still
and
not
she
true.
is
Hey, Lucy.
ALUCE. ALUCYE.
Why?
What does that stand for?
Yeah. Also,
Cool.
mine is not.
Okay. So, thanks for
What's
joining
yours
us,
now?
and see you next time.
Underscore.
Remember, when you don't know what to do,
Go to the
just
toilet.
roll over and die.
Oh my god! He's so bad.
Go, 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 go!